Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the start of the spring season. We're back with you. We had a little bit of a lull after the outstanding basketball hockey season. Now we're back to baseball and softball, and St. Mary's will kick it off. St. Mary's the defending state champion. This is a non-league game here at Fraser Field against Malden Catholic. Eric Bridges, the young, I believe he was a freshman last year. He had a great season last year for St. Mary's. He was a really surprise. He really picked them up, helped them win the state championship. The young sophomore put that right on the inside part of the plate. If he could keep the pitch there, he could make a living. Hit on the ground. Nice job by the third baseman, Tommy Falaska. If that goes to the shortstop, Cabral's got a great arm. But if it goes to the shortstop, it might be a base hit. Instead, they throw Zizza out. The play goes 5-3 for the first out of the season. Seamus Condon lines it to left field, goes the opposite way for the first hit of the season for Malden Catholic. They have their first base runner, and Mike Azari, the catcher, will be the hitter. We mentioned St. Mary's defending state champions, kicking off the season only because games have been canceled. Like Tech was supposed to play Kip, it got canceled. St. Mary's girls was supposed to play Newton South in softball, it got canceled. That one goes to the backstop. That'll move the runner into scoring position. So a runner at second with one out for Malden Catholic. The Lancers of Malden Catholic, they had a very good basketball season. They went to the finals of the Spartan Classic. In fact, I think they won the Spartan Classic. Swing and a miss. Chase that low fastball. It's nice to be outside. The sun is shining. Not a cloud in the sky, but it's a little bit chilly. A little bit of a breeze. That one did not miss by much. Good pitch by Bridges. Good look by Azari. Swing and a miss. Chased it, but went too far. Last second, he tried to hold up and couldn't. Derek Dana, along with Timmy Fowler, the two head guys for St. Mary's. Both those guys got great players at St. Mary's. Swing and a miss. Bridges gets his first strikeout of the season, swinging. Derek Dana was a catcher. Timmy Fowler was the pitcher. They won back-to-back state championships. And now they've won state championships with coaching. And they're looking to make it back-to-back. Just hung up and in for Carter McFadden, the first baseman for Malden Catholic. Bridges wanted that one. Just missed the outside corner. Pretty good little crowd here for an early afternoon game on a Monday. Swing and a miss. Good pitch down the middle for strike three. Caught him looking. Impressive start for Eric Bridges. Strikes out 2 in a row to end the inning. He gave up the hit. So we finished the top of the first. St. Mary's holds Malden Catholic off the board. And for St. Mary's, it'll be Aiden Cabral. They're looking for big things for Avon, excuse me. He outstanding pitcher. They're saving. He's not pitching today. They're saving him because they have got a big game tomorrow against Bishop Fenwick. That was supposed to be played on Wednesday. They moved it to tomorrow, like a lot of teams did, because of the rain coming Wednesday. But Avon Cabral, the shortstop, will lead it off. Zach Fisher, the second baseman, bats second. Batting third, playing first base, Cam McGonigal. In the cleanup spot is the right fielder, Tad Giardina. Batting fifth and playing third base, Tommy Falaska. The left fielder, Jason Donahue, will hit number 6. The DH, Jack Marks, had a pretty good football season for St. Mary's. Almost helped take them to a Super Bowl. He's DHing for the center fielder, Ryan Freer, who was a big part of the St. Mary's boys state championship in basketball. Ryan is the center fielder. So Marks, the DH, hits number 7. Catching and batting 8th is John Nowicki. And the pitcher, Eric Bridges, will bat number 9. I can't leave out Mr. Bellevaux was on the coaching staff for St. Mary's. Young Mr. Bellevaux. Old Mr. Bellevaux was up next to me announcing the games for St. Mary's. I should say young Mr. Bellevaux. Next to me, both of them are young. Been friends for a long time. That's the best part of this job, the friends I've made. So Avon Cabral, he had a great year last year, helped leading St. Mary's to the state championship on the mound, at shortstop when he wasn't pitching, and at the plate. He had a great year. I don't know why I'm thinking Northeastern for him. I thought he was committed to Northeastern. They're getting a good one, I'll tell you that. He's also a great kid. Hit in the air to left field, coming on and making the play is the left fielder, Jake Hughes. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Zach Fisher, the second baseman, will be the hitter. We did mention that it's Ross Dyer on the mound. In for a strike. A little different than last year. They got a season, and they're one of the few sports that got a season in last year with COVID. They were able to play and get a tournament in and win the state championship. Most teams last year didn't play. Or were cut short. Up and away for a ball. Hit foul and out of play. That curveball didn't quite break. Fisher had a duck under that one. It fouled back and out of play. This is the first time I can remember the season. If it officially started, it would have been March 31st, Tech against Kip, but they were called off. We mentioned this is the first game, but also after this game, Lynn English is playing a night game, and it's the earliest I can ever remember. It's the earliest I think for a start. They usually start like second week in April. But they started early. No, they started early. They're having a night game, the first game of the season for English, and they've never had night games this early. Good foul. Good at bat by Fisher. He's hanging tough. He's got the count full. So he's making Dyer throw some pitches. Chase the pitch high for strike three. So Fisher made Dyer work, but Dyer ends up on top with the swinging strikeout. Cam McGonigal goes lefty all the way. Throws lefty, bats lefty. Pitching wide for a ball. See, Mary's lost a few to graduation. But of course, the key piece coming back is Cabral. Way up and away. First three pitches out of the strike zone to McGonigal. Taking all the way as you would expect, it's in for a strike. The count goes 3-1. And as usual, we hear at Frazier, Manningfield going strong. Way up and away for ball four. So McGonigal becomes St. Mary's first base runner with the walk for the season. That brings up Tad Giardina. Had a nice season in hockey for St. Mary's as a defenseman. He almost picked him off. McGonigal just got back. Tad's father won the national championship in Babe Ruth back when, and he played for me in CYO. Swing and a miss. I always feel old when sons come back to play and they're seniors. And I can say, yes, I coached their father. I've been around a while. Down and in for a ball. Didn't miss by much. Tad is the right fielder for St. Mary's. Swings through the pitch. McGonigal took off. The pitch is high. The throw down. He's in with a stolen base as it goes out at the center field. He got a big jump. So St. Mary's matches the runner that Malden Catholic had at second base. Malden Catholic had it with 1 out. St. Mary's has it with 2. And the center fielder is shading over to right center field. They're leaving a big gap in left center for Tad Giardina, thinking that he can't pull the ball against Dyer. Popped up. Second baseman makes the play. Pop up to Cam Flaherty. So Bridges gives up a hit. Dyer gives up a walk. Both teams get a run to the second base, and both teams leave him there. So we played an inning here at Fraser Field. We're right back where we started. Malden Catholic, nothing. St. Mary's, nothing. Bridges' first pitch to Cam Flaherty is fouled off the backstop. Flaherty, the second baseman for Malden Catholic. As we start the second inning here at Fraser Field. Slices it foul. He reached down around just below his knee. Inside out swing, fouled it off to the right side. Reaches for that one to protect the plate with 2 strikes. Fouls it off, it stays alive. Hit in the air. The wind takes it away and it's dropped out in right field. It looked like it was going to go to center field. The breeze carried it back toward the right field foul line. Fisher chasing it, had it, and then just flat out dropped it. So the error puts the leadoff hitter on. But Jake Hughes, the left fielder. So right off the bat, Bridges has to go to the stretch. The runner takes off. The throw down. Easy pickings, he's out. Cabral with the nice tag. Terrific throw by the catcher, John Nowicki. So the error doesn't hurt as the runner's thrown out trying to steal second base. Perfect throw by Nowicki. Nice tag by Cabral. Missing wide for a ball. Chase that high pitch. Hits it foul. Just kind of slapped at that one. Might have been outside, but he just reached and slapped it foul. Hit in the air to right field. Long run for Giardina. Gets there. Derek Dana, after that foul ball, Derek Dana moved everybody a couple of steps towards left field, thinking he wouldn't pull the ball, and he hit it almost down the line. Giardina made a great play. Had to go a long way to get that. Nice running catch by Tad Giardina. Takes a base hit, maybe extra bases away from Hughes. And Nick Hubbard, the third baseman, will be the hitter. That one hits him on the helmet. He tried to duck out of the way. So Sean McCobb, the DH, hitting for the pitcher. Ross Dyer will be the hitter. A runner on with 2 outs. Down and in for a ball. In for a strike. Bridges can bring it. He's only a young sophomore. I told you, he had a great year last year coming in. Won some big games for St. Mary's down the stretch. Hit foul to the screen. It gives St. Mary's a pretty good 1-2 punch, with Cabral being the ace. Bridges not that far behind. Fishing down and away. Derek Dana can only hope that he can keep him around for 2 more years, being a sophomore, because you never know now. Everybody changes schools like they change hats or clothes. Call third strike, he gets him looking. So he ends the second inning with a strikeout, his third. 2 of them called. Malden Catholic had 2 base runs, one thrown out on the base pass, the other one reaching on a hit batsman. So Bridges gets out of another inning without giving anything up. St. Mary's will have 5, 6, and 7. Tom Falaska, Jason Donahue, Jack Morris to face Ross Dyer, who will be starting his second inning of work. People still coming in. A pretty good crowd here. Bright, sunny Monday afternoon. A little bit on the chilly side. But you have to wear a jacket rather than, although I see a couple of students down in front with just T-shirts. Everybody bundled up a little bit. Sweatshirts. Again, Manning Field buzzing with lacrosse. We get back in the swing of things with lacrosse and track. Tommy Falaska. He's related to a very good friend of mine, Skip Falaska, who was an outstanding player for St. Mary's 400 years ago. He played with Tony Canigliaro. They checked with the base umpire, said no, he didn't swing. High and tight for a ball. His relative, Skippy Falaska, played with Tony Shee, and he hit behind Tony Shee. And people came and scouting Tony, and they wound up signing Skippy Falaska. Missing wide for a ball. You would expect Falaska to be taken here all the way. He hit the pitch. I'm surprised. Back to the pitcher. Dyer takes care of the out himself. I don't know if he was trying to check his swing. I thought the count was 3-0. I thought he'd be taking. Jason Donahue, the left fielder. Backward step, fouls it to the backstop. Missing inside for a ball. Jason's a very good outfielder. Lines it down, foul. Went the other way with it. So the 1-2 pitch up and coming from Dyer. Missing wide, evens the count at 2. Swing and a miss, he gets him. Two up, two down in the second inning. Jack Marks is DHing for the pitcher, for the center fielder, Ryan Frere. Jack had a good football season. He tight end, defensive end, played well on both sides of the ball. St. Mary's one game away from going to the Super Bowl. I still think if Kalangis, the running back, didn't get hurt, they probably would have gone to the Super Bowl. They just got nipped in that final game. The guy he's hitting for, Ryan Frere, is a three-sport athlete. He played soccer, part of the St. Mary's championship basketball team. Dyer has a 1-2-3 inning. He's given up only a walk in 2 innings. He shuts St. Mary's out. Still nothing to choose after 2 innings. St. Mary's nothing, Malden Catholic nothing coming up the 3rd inning. Luca Sapienza, the right fielder, and the number 9 hitter leads off. Two quick strikes. Back to the top of the order. So it's 9-1-2. Nowicki set up outside. Bridges threw it perfect, and Sapienza looked at it just off the corner. Good waist pitch by Bridges. High for a ball. I'm looking at Ryan Frere out in center field. He's playing like softball distance. He's playing a deep second base. Hit foul behind home plate. Right and left are shallow, but Ryan Frere is really shallow. Wow, that's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. So Bridges was ahead 0-2. Now he's got to come in with a pitch. He lost him. For the 2nd inning in a row, Malden Catholic has the leadoff hitter on. Last inning, they had the runner thrown out trying to steal second. Daniel Zizza, the center fielder, grounded out third to first, leading off the ball game. In for a strike at the letters. Up foul back, another play. Top of the third, nobody out, one on, nothing, Malden Catholic and St. Mary's. Lined in the right center field, Giardina comes on, plays it on a hop, keeps it in front of him, a base hit. Second hit for Malden. He gives them first and second with nobody out. Seamus Condon lined his first pitch he saw. He lined in the left field for a base hit. Tries to bunt and fouls it off. So Bridges had the first hit at 0-3 and wound up walking him. And that was followed by a base hit, and that walk came to the number 9 hitter. High and tight for a ball. Waved at the pitch, trying to bunt and missed it. Bunting has become a lost art in baseball. Waved at the pitch for strike 3. That's a big out. Back in the day, they used to spend a lot of time practicing bunting. It was a big part of the game, especially in softball, but baseball as well. And now they don't spend as much time. They do. Batter has full swings and last couple of swings are bunts, but not a lot of time. Mike Azari, the catcher, was a strikeout victim his one trip. High for a ball. The outstanding baseball coach from New England, the winningest coach, Frank Carey, used to spend a lot of time on bunting, and both offensively and defensively. Swing and a miss. Azari's been getting his money's worth, but he's been swinging and missing. Hit foul at home plate. One, two, the count to the Malden Catholic catcher. This would be a big out for St. Mary's. Could also be a big at bat for Malden Catholic. Hit foul back to the screen. Sorry, not quite getting around on Bridges. Early in the season, these young guys haven't had a lot of time swinging the bat against live pitching. Almost looked like he took something off, floated it inside, right in on the hands. He swung right through it. Back-to-back strikeouts. That's a very big out. And Carter McFadden is the hitter. He was called out on strikes his first trip. Waves at the pitch down and away. Hit on the ground to short. They make the play at second. Bridges gets out of it. So the play goes 6-4 for the third out. Malden Catholic threatens. Bridges gave up that walk after being ahead 0-2, but gets himself out of it with 2 big strikeouts. And the fielder's choice. Five strikeouts in 3 innings for Bridges. Dyer will start his third inning of work. He's virtually coasted. He's faced only 7 hitters in 2 innings. He gave up a 2-out walk along with a stolen base, but then got the pop-up to get out of the inning. He's got 3 strikeouts in 2 innings. So, as you would expect here in the early going, pitching has been the name of the game so far. 8, 9, and 1 for St. Mary's. And we have a few more fans still coming in. Again, pretty good little crowd here for this game. John Nowicki, who has made himself a part of the game with a big throw out with the runner stealing. After they led off the inning, reaching on an error, it was followed by a hit batsman, so it was important. It's a big pot. That goes straight to the backstop for ball 1. High for a ball, 2-0. Missing inside, 3-0. So I mentioned before he went 3-0 on Velasco. I said he'll probably be taken here, and Velasco wound up bouncing out to the pitcher. Takes the pitch high at the letters for a strike. Still can be fussy here. Still got to be a good pitch, a pitch you can handle with the count 3-1. And it's ball 4. So St. Mary's gets the leadoff hitter on. Their second base runner, both of them by base on balls. And it'll bring up the pitcher, Eric Bridges. And will we see a bunt here? Nick Hubbard, the third baseman, thinks so. He's squeezing in. Quick toss over, diving back is Nowicki. Takes it up and in for a ball. It didn't look like it was bunting. Didn't score away. Waves at that pitch. That was almost by him when he swung at that pitch. Derek Dana at third base, flashing signs to both runner hitter. Another quick toss over to first. Nowicki gets back. The runner takes off. It goes to the backstop. I don't think he could have made third anyway, but he slid into second base. Derek Dana was screaming. The wild pitch moves him over. That was a major league wild pitch. That went straight to the backstop. The runner was on his way anyway. He might have had second base stolen, but it's a wild pitch because it goes to the backstop. And he slid into second. Derek Dana was telling him, take the turn, come to third. In for a strike. Evens the count at 2. So both players that walked, both got to second base. The last one was McGonigal, who stole second. Nice job by the catcher. Azari, he had to go way out to his right to spear that one and stop it from going to the backstop. Keeps the runner at second base. So the last walk that got the second was with 2 outs. This is with no outs. Again, they lose Bridges with the walk. And that one almost went to the backstop as well. So 2 on with nobody out.
Not bad in the shortstop, isn't it?
I saw it. I saw number 23 going to run at first base. Justin Jennings is running at first base for Bridges. I was about to say, normally first and second, nobody out, you might see a bunt, but you're not going to see a bunt with Avon Cabral. He hit the first pitch he saw flat out to left field, leading off the bottom of the first inning. So 2 on, nobody out. They throw the ball into center field. They turned, held it, and then threw it. And the error was going to put Nowicki at third base. So first and third with nobody out for St. Mary's, looking to get on the board first. Diving back at first is Jennings. Jennings takes off. I didn't see a sign from, Cabral took the pitch. Jennings is the second base. Jennings is only an 8th grader. They got a couple of those. Down the way for a ball. So Cabral with a chance to get the first RBI for St. Mary's in this new season. Second and third and nobody out. Malden Catholic brings their infield in. Cabral thought it was high. Umpire said strike 2. Nice stop by the catcher. Azari did a nice job to bounce out to the right and smother that was going to the backstop. That was going to give St. Mary's the lead. Payoff pitch, a big one coming up for the Spartans. So the bases are loaded with walk. No, they're not loaded. They call strike 3. Cabral started to go to first base. I thought it was ball 4. Derek Dana can't believe it. Derek Dana lost his hat coming out of the third base coach's box. He can't believe that. Cabral thought the pitch was high. He started on his way to first base. The umpire said strike 3. So Zach Fisher was a strikeout victim his first time at bat. Azari again makes a nice play. Had to go way to was right to get that one. So instead of the bases loaded, nobody out at second and third with 1 out. Dyer almost walked. Cabral thought he walked his third hitter of the inning. In for a strike. 1-1. Waved at that pitch. 1-2. Waved at it again for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts after back-to-back walks. And Cam McGonigal was the first base runner for St. Mary's in this season. He walked and stole second base and got stranded there. So now it looked like possibly a big inning for St. Mary's. Second and third, nobody out. Becomes second and third with 2 outs. Five strikeouts. He's got 2 in the second. Now he's got 2 here in the third. In for a strike. Off the catcher's glove, St. Mary's is going to get the lead. The wild pitch brings the run in. So it was looking like Dyer might get out of the inning with that tough call against Cabral and then the strikeout of Fisher. But now the wild pitch up and in goes to the backstop. Azari had made some great plays in this inning to keep the ball from going to the backstop. Couldn't stop that one. Swing and a miss. So the 2 walks cost him, along with an error on the pickoff. 2 wild pitches. Swing and a miss. He strikes out the side after walking the first 2. But St. Mary's, without benefit of a hit, they get on the board. The 2 walks hurt. The error hurt. The walk, the wild pitch, the error, and then the wild pitch that brought the run home. And he doesn't get out of the inning. The 2 walks hurt. St. Mary's gets on the board first. Bridges will have a 1-0 cushion to work with as he starts his third inning of work. 1-0 St. Mary's over Malden Catholic at the end of 3. 5, 6, and 7 for Malden Catholic as we start the 4th inning. Cam Flaherty, the second baseman, reached an error. He hit a pop-up So it looked like it was going to the center fielder, Freya. A little breeze kicked up and floated it back toward the foul line. And Fisher had a long run and tipped off his glove. And Flaherty wound up reaching first, but then he tried to steal second, and Nowicki threw a perfect throw to second base to Cabral, who made the nice tag, and they threw him out, and that was big because there was a hit batsman after that. Down and away. So St. Mary's saw Malden Catholic get their first two hitters on in the third inning, a walk and a hit, but two strikeouts and a infield force out at second base got Bridges out of the inning. But then with 2-1 and nobody out, St. Mary's with a wild pitch gets on the board. So without benefit of hit, they scored. They've had 3 base runners, all 3 of them walks. Nowicki held it there for a second, trying to get the call. It just missed outside. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Jake Hughes, the left fielder. He found a couple off the third base side. Derek Dana told him he'd take an extra step to his left field, infield, outfield. And he hit a ball right down the right field line. Tad Giardina made a nice running catch to take a hit, maybe extra bases away. Making a nice running catch out in right field. So he's 0 for 1 against Bridges. Miss wide for a ball. Miss for a ball again. Foul tip. Nice job by Nowicki holding on. So the count goes full. Little half swing, half tap. Hit that a long way to right field with a little half swing. Pulled it well, foul, but hit it well and just sort of like a love tap. Now the last time they moved people further over to the left when he hit the left field. Now they move around to the right side after that long hit. Foul back again. He's hanging around. He's making Bridges throw some pitches. Hit the second base. They throw it away. It goes in the stands. Fisher looked like he was going to try and catch it in the air. Then he backed off, caught it on a bounce, threw it way over the head of the first baseman, McGonigal. And Hughes winds up at second base on the error. Second error by the Spartans. And it gives Malden Catholic the tying run at second base. Nick Hubbard got hit by a pitch. He tried to duck under the pitch. It hit him in the helmet. Down and away for a ball. Hit in the air, foul, and out of play. This is the third inning out of 4 that Malden Catholic has had a runner at second base. First inning, a hit and a wild pitch with 1 out. Third inning, a walk and a single with nobody out. Down and away for a ball. Nowicki throws it down to second. Strong throw by Nowicki right on the bag. Cabral made the tag, but Hughes got back safely. Hit foul again out of play. Off to the right side. Off to the right side again, not getting around. 3 straight. So we'll do it again. He knew it. He stepped away, the ball broke and caught the inside corner. He didn't even hesitate. He was walking back to the bench before the umpire said strike 3. Three of the 4 innings, Bridges got 2 strikeouts. Second was the only inning. He only got 1. In for a strike. Hit to third. Nice play by Falaska. McCobb, the DH, went the other way. Falaska took a step or 2 to his left, fielded it nicely. Good strong throw over to the first baseman, McGonigal. So the error doesn't hurt. Malden Catholic got the tying run in scoring position. But they come up empty as Bridges gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. He's got 7 strikeouts through 4 innings. We played half a game here at Fraser Field. St. Mary's with that run without a hit, leading it 1-0 over Malden Catholic. And for St. Mary's, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Tad Giardina, Tommy Falaska, Jason Donahue to face Ross Dyer. Who will be starting his 4th inning of work. Gave up a walk through 2 innings, but then he walked the first 2 hitters. St. Mary's thought he walked the first 3 hitters because Cabral took the pitch, took 4 or 5 steps towards first base, and the umpire rang him up as strike 3. And Derek Dana lost his hat as he ran from the third base coach's box to argue with the umpire, but those, personally, no sense doing that because there's no way he's going to say, you know what, you're right, that was ball 4. You don't win those arguments. Tad Giardina popped to the second baseman his 1 trip. Big hop to the shortstop. Seamus Condon makes the play. One pitch, one out in the fourth inning. Tony Velasco, he was 3-0 on the count, and I said he'll be looking at this pitch. Instead, I don't know whether he tried to check a swing. The pitch was in on his hands, and he bounced it right back to the pitcher. Hits it to short, up the middle, into center field for a base hit. Timu's got their first hit. Velasco gets the first hit of the season for the Spartans. And it'll bring up Jason Donahue, who was a strikeout victim. His one trip, struck out swinging. Velasco slapped that right by the pitcher, just by the diving shortstop in the center field. He's on with a base hit. Dives back as they throw it over. In for a strike. Umpire doesn't go overly with his strikes. He keeps the hand inside like his chest. He doesn't really pump out, so it's hard to tell if he's calling it a strike or not. That's why I thought Cabral walk. Donahue took a little back step towards the St. Mary's dugout and hit a foul ball off to the right side. On the corner for strike three. Six strikeouts for Dyer. He struck out the side in the third, got two in the second, one in the first. So he's got 7 strikeouts. Diving back is Velasco at first base. So they got the base runner, 1-1 out. Now he's still at first with 2 outs. Hit foul out of play. This is Jack Marks, who was a strikeout victim in the second inning. That's like not my good. I hope you think that's my good move so you'll get further off first base so I can pick you off. That was just a little lob over the first. High and tight for a ball. Right down the middle for strike 3. So he's averaging 2 strikeouts an inning. He's got 8. He got 1 in the first, but he struck out the side in the third. They get their first hit of the season, St. Mary's. But the runner is left at first base as Dyer gets 2 more strikeouts, 8 for the game, but he's on the short end, and St. Mary's is leading Malden Catholic 1-0 at the end of 4. Luca Sapienza drew a walk. Waves at that pitch. He's the right fielder. He's leading off the 5th inning. So 9-1-2 for Malden Catholic. Just missed outside. He drew a walk and wound up at second base with nobody out. Call third strike. Bridges wound up striking out the next two batters and got an infield ground ball to get out of the inning. Daniel Zizza grounded to third and singled. He followed Sapienza's walk with that base hit, putting the first two batters on in that third inning before Bridges bore down and got out of the inning. Down and in for a ball. He's the center fielder for Malden Catholic. Hit foul back. Long run. Nowicki's not going to get there. It's up in the screen. Wasn't from lack of effort that Nowicki didn't go get that. Nowicki behind the plate. He also pitches. And he's blessed with a pretty good pitching staff this year. They get him. They said Zizza thought he held up. He checked with the base umpire, and the base umpire says, no, he swung. So back-to-back strikeouts to start the fifth inning. He's got two strikeouts in every inning except the second one. He only got one. So he's got 9 strikeouts. High for a ball. 1-1 to Seamus Condon, who got a base hit and struck out swinging. A little wrinkle curveball drops in for a strike. We haven't seen that a lot. If he gets that pitch over, he'll really be tough. Up and away for a ball. So we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This is up and away. Oh, we called it a strike. I should wait. So that was similar to the Cabral. I thought that was a little up and away. Waited. Last second, he called it a strike. So Bridges strikes out the side. Ten strikeouts in 5 innings. For Bridges, the young sophomore. St. Mary's leading it 1-0. Dyer will start his 5th inning of work. He's only given up 1 base hit, and the hit had nothing to do with the runs. He walked 2 batters. He put the runner in scoring position at third when he threw the ball away, trying to pick the runner at second base, and then threw a wild pitch with 2 outs. And after the wild pitch, struck the batter out. But it was 1 pitch too late. And St. Mary's grabbed the 1-0 lead, and that's where we are as we start the bottom of the 5th inning. And it will be 8-9-1. John Nowicki, Eric Bridges, and Avon Cabral. Opening game of the season here on TV 15. We hope you're enjoying it. We'll be back in the swing of things with baseball and softball. After we had a full year of hockey and basketball, especially with St. Mary's winning back-to-back boys, girls state championships. The girls making it 2 in a row. After being co-champs 2 years ago. They didn't play last year, didn't have a state championship last year. 2 years ago, they were going to the state final, and they cancel it because of COVID, so they were co-champs. In for strike 3. Nine strikeouts for Dyer. Chops that one foul. This is Eric Bridges. Eric threw a big walk in the second inning after Nowicki walked. He drew a walk, and that put Nowicki at second base. That was when they tried to pick Nowicki off at second and threw the ball away. He got to third, and then Nowicki scored on the wild pitch. So the Bridges, the pitcher and the number 9 hitter, threw a big walk that helped St. Mary's get their run. Yeah, we're going to get some warm-up action down in left field for the Spartans. Low for a ball. The 1-2 pitch up and coming. Up and away for a ball. Hit foul. Looks like John Nowicki going down to loosen up down left field, the catcher. We mentioned he's also a pitcher. Missing low. So he had Bridges behind in the count. Now he's got to come in with a pitch or put him on again. Takes it for strike 3. Two up, two down, the 5th. Even Cabral, he flied out to left on the first pitch he saw. He thought he walked on a 3-2 pitch in the second, and he was a few steps on the first base line. The umpire said strike 3. So he's 0 for 2. Curveball catches the inside corner. He stepped away, but the ball broke, and it's 1 strike. That was the scenario. They had second and third, nobody out, and St. Mary's couldn't have a better situation with Cabral up. Down and away for a ball. It wound up with Dyer striking out the side, but before he struck out the side, he threw a wild pitch to get St. Mary's their 1 run. Down and away again, 2-1. St. Mary's will be back in action tomorrow, taking on Bishop Fenwick. That's why Cabral didn't pitch today. Fouls it to the backstop. And we got Deuces Wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Big one right off the bat against Bishop Fenwick. Arch rival Bishop Fenwick. Way up and away. Azari, the catcher, has got a workout in this inning behind home plate, in this game, actually. Another 3-2 pitch coming up to Cabral. This one's going to have to be way out of the strike zone for him not to swing. And that's ball 4. And now he, again, he called it strike 3. It looked like it was down and away. Cabral on his way to first base again. Second time he struck out the side, but It's been a questionable striking out the side.
Crap.
Wow, that pitch looked like it was a foot and a half or more outside.
He must have
Cabral,
come with a go, John.
I don't know whether he was upset that Cabral was walking to first base and he said, I'll show you, I'll call it strike three. But twice in a row now, Cabral thought he had walks, and twice in a row he's been struck out. And in both innings, Dyer struck out the side. We've completed 5 in this controversial game so far. St. Mary's leading Malden Catholic 1-0 going into the 6th. Catcher Mike Azari will lead off the 6th inning. He has struck out twice, both times swinging. On the inside corner for a strike with the curveball. Nowicki, the catcher, had a hustle in from left field. He was loosening up, maybe going to come in relief. Bridges stays in. Way up and in for a ball. So 3, 4, and 5 for Malden Catholic here in the 6th inning with St. Mary's leading at 1-0. But Cabral has been shaking his head. He's 0 for 3. He's got 2 strikeouts, and both times he was walking to first base. Nowicki held on to that pitch so he didn't have to throw the ball to first base. They get Azari for the 3rd time. Down and away for a ball. Cabral's wasn't that close. Connor McFadden struck out and grounded out. Shot to second. Hit in the air to center field, drifting back. Ryan Freer had to go back. He plays a little bit shallow. Nice move. McFadden hit it well. Ryan Freer tracks it down. We mentioned Ryan Freer finishing up a tremendous career at St. Mary's. Outstanding soccer player. Member of the basketball team that won the state championship. Now the baseball team. Helped them last year. Played left, played center, played first base last year. Helped them to a state championship last year. He's hoping he can do it again this year. He just made that nice running catch in center field. Hit into the seats. 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th. Cam Flowery, he reached on an error, got thrown out trying to steal second, and struck out. High for a ball. The 1-2 pitch up and coming. Hit the deep shot. Cabral won't even bother. Had no play. Flaherty gets an infield hit. 3rd hit for Malden Catholic. Comes with 2 outs in the 6th. Jake Hughes, the left fielder, will be the hitter. And we're going to get a pinch runner at first base. I thought it looked like 18. And if it is, it's Anthony Gregorevich. Derek Dana out to talk to Bridges. And it is. It's Anthony Gregorevich. Derek Dana was out to talk to Bridges. So 2 outs, tying run at first here in the top of the 6th. High for a ball off Nowicki's glove, but not far enough for anybody to go anywhere. They probably wish they had the runner going on that pitch. He could have got to second base. In for a strike. They picked him off. They put the pinch runner in. He was, as they threw the ball to first base, he was taking an extra step to get a little bit of a lead, and he had no chance of getting back. So Bridges over to the first baseman McGonigal. They get the runner on, but they pick him off. So they throw a runner out at second. Now they pick the runner off at first. So 2 of the base runners for Malden Catholic have been picked off. 1 of the 3 hits they got have been picked off. And Malden Catholic is down to their last 3 outs as we'll move into the bottom of the 6th inning. And he was dancing off, looking to get an extra step, and it cost him because when they threw it over, he had no chance of getting back out easily at first base, no question. Dyer on the short end of a 1-0 lead, but basically it's through most of his own fault. He walked the first 2 batters in the 6th inning, and then he tried to pick the runner off at second and threw it into center field to move the runner to third. He struck out 2 hitters, and just before he struck out the 3rd hitter, which would have got him out of the inning, he threw a wild pitch for the 1 run that St. Mary's has. They've got 1 hit in the game. It had nothing to do with the run. Zach Fisher has struck out twice swinging. So it'll be 2, 3, and 4. Zach Fisher, Cam McGonigal, Tad Giardina. In for a strike. Both pitchers have struck out 11. Hit to the backstop. Backing away, almost stepping towards the St. Mary's dugout swing at that pitch. High and tight, and he fouled it back. We've been lucky so far. The screen is up, but the top portion of the screen is vacant, so a foul ball can actually come right back here in the press box. Reaches for that, taps it to right field, in for a base hit. Down the line. Fisher, who can run, he's around second, he's going to go to third. He dives in head first with a triple. Almost a little, excuse me, swing and just punched it just inside the first base line. It bounced and rolled down to the bullpen. And I think we're going to get a change on the mound as they come out to talk to Dyer. St. Mary's leading 1-0, has a runner at third here in the bottom of the 6th with nobody out. And we're going to get a relief pitcher from Malden Catholic. Will Perry will be the new pitcher. Ross Dyer was immense. He struck out 11, gave up only 2 base hits, walked 3. St. Mary's had 5 base runners. And the wild pitch and the throwing error cost Dyer the 1-0 lead, and now Fisher at third base. Malden Catholic brings the infield in. McGonigal, the hitter. High and tight for a ball. He has walked and struck out. So under normal circumstances, 11 strikeouts, 2 hits, only 3 walks. Spread up over 6 innings. You're in pretty good shape. But that throwing error on the attempted pickoff and then the wild pitch with 2 outs gave St. Mary's the 1-0 lead and could cost Dyer a win or could put him in the loss column. Hit right to the shortstop. Fisher was off third base. They had a shot at him. They threw it a little bit wild. So 1 away on the hit back to shortstop. Tad Giardina popped the second, grounded a shot. Made a nice running catch in right field to take away extra bases back in the second inning.
They didn't have a game, I would have done it for you.
Who didn't have a game?
You got it. I mean, if St. Mary's didn't have the first game.
Hit foul
Can't say that, like the right side.
off to the right side.
You need the clock. I guess you got somebody?
I missed that one.
Swing and a miss. He chased the high pitch. Hit foul off to the right side. St. Mary's trying to get a little bit of insurance going into the 7th inning, a little bit of a breather. They lead 1-0. Thought about it, started to pull the trigger and held up. The 1-2 pitch. Hit in the left field for a base hit. Big hit by Giardina gives St. Mary's their second run. Well, Giardina gets the first RBI of the season for St. Mary's. And they give themselves a little bit of insurance now, leading 2-0 after that triple by Fisher. Tommy Falasker bounced to the pitcher and singled. Chops it foul towards the St. Mary's dugout. Off the catcher's glove. Giardina thought about it and held up at first. So Fisher led with a triple after a little, half-line drive, half pop-up to the shortstop for an out. Giardina gets a big hit to left center field for a base hit to give St. Mary's a 2-0 lead. He's at first with 1 out for Falaska, the hitter. Low for a ball. Nice stop by Azari, the catcher. Sun keeps popping in and out, but that little bit of a breeze keeps it cool. way wide for a ball. Perry in relief. Got the first out, but then gave up the base hit. I think that was a strike. Reaches for that, pops it behind first base. It's going to go down that grassy knoll, out of play.
Yeah.
The count stays full.
It makes me dizzy.
Here's a young team. They got 2 freshmen, 2 8th graders.
Helps it.
The runner takes off. It went into center field. Wouldn't have made any difference because it was ball 4 anyway on Velasco. So 2 on with 1 out for Jason Donahue, who has struck out twice. Once swinging, once called. Triple and out. And RBI single and a walk. St. Mary's has pushed the lead to 2-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. And they're looking for more with first and second and 1 out. Down in for a ball. Azari, the catcher, has done a nice job behind the plate. He's had a workout. Hit in the air to right field, drifting over near the line, long way. They make the play. Runner at second will tag up and easily go to third. So first and third with 2 outs. And we're going to pinch hitter for St. Mary's. Ryan Freya, who was being DH'd for, is going to hit for himself. Up and away for a ball. Yeah, a nice running catch out in center field. Jack Marks has been hitting for Ryan, and now Ryan will hit for himself. Hit foul to the backstop. We mentioned he's an outstanding soccer player, part of the St. Mary's Division III state championship basketball team. The runner takes off. Takes away the force in the infield. Puts runners at second and third with 2 outs. Down and in for a ball. Hit the shot. They throw it away. 2 runs they're going to score. Three runs in the inning for St. Mary's, and they have a runner at first with 2 outs. For John Nowicki, the catcher, who's played very well. He walked and scored the first run. Struck out, threw a runner out, trying to steal. Has done a nice job behind the plate, handling Eric Bridges, the young sophomore. In for a strike. So they've broken open a close 1-0 game. High for a ball.
Oh, yeah.
Hit by the second baseman. He was, I don't know why, he just made a move. Nowicki hustles in the second with a double. Second baseman was in perfect position. He took 2 or 3 steps to his left, and just as he did, Nowicki hit the ball right by between him and second base in the right center field for a double. Extends the inning for Eric Bridges, the pitcher. And we're going to get a pinch runner. Michael DeMeno, one of those 8th graders, will be the runner at second base for Nowicki, the catcher. Down the way for a ball. So Perry came on after the triple. He's given up a single, a walk. The error hurt. He would have got out of the inning with giving up only the 1 run. The error extended the inning, and then Nowicki keeps it going with the double. Chopped over the mound. They better hurry. Shortstop just got Bridges by a hair. So St. Mary sends 8 to the plate. 3 of them score. They've kind of broken this open a little bit with that 3-run inning. That 1-0 cushion is now ballooned to 4-0 at the end of 6 with 3 outs away. St. Mary's looking for their first win of the season. Bridges 3 outs away. Jake Hughes, the left fielder, was fly to right. A nice running catch by Giardina, taking extra bases away, and he reached on an error. Just flipping the bat. He's not really even taking full swing. He's just slapping at it. Malden Catholic has had 5 base runners, an error, a hit batsman, and 3 hits. Of those 5, 1 away as Fisher throws Hughes out. Of those 5 base runners they had, 1 was thrown out stealing and 1 was picked off at first base. So they really only had 3 base runners. Bridges has been outstanding. He's got 11 strikeouts. Dyer's counterpart gave up 11 strikeouts, but gave up the 1 run. He was charged with the 2nd run with Fisher's triple. So he'll get the loss if Malden Catholic doesn't make a big comeback. In for a strike. This is Sean McPhee, pinch hitting for Hubbard. Almost stepped into that. Swing and a miss. Bridges looking for a complete game. This wide for a ball.
Same pitch.
Hit back to the mound. Bridges to McGonigal. 2 away. Bridges 1 out away from a shutout. St. Mary's, the defending champion, state champion, looking to start off the season with a win, and they're 1 out away from doing just that, leading 4-0. High for a ball. This is Sean McCobb, the DH, hitting for the pitcher now, who's Will Perry. Low for a ball. If he gets a shot, Kyle Deanna, a pinch hitter, is on deck. In for a strike. Bridges has been strong all the way through. Hit on the ground. That's going to do it. McGonigal will make the unassisted play. A 1-2-3 inning. A shutout. Outstanding performance by Eric Bridges. He also drew a big walk that helped St. Mary's get the run that was the actual game winner. And St. Mary's, the defending state champions, get started on the right foot with a 4-0 win over a very good Malden Catholic team. Malden Catholic never really came close. They had 1 inning. They got a leadoff walk and a base hit with nobody out, 2 on. No score in the game. Bridges struck out the next 2 and got an infield out, and that was it. They only had 2 base runners after that. One reached on an error. The other one got a base hit and got picked off at first base. Bridges did only walk 1. They had actually 6 base runners. There were 2 errors, a walk, and 3 hits. Malden Catholic. And of those 6 hits, 6 base runners, 1 was thrown on ceiling and 1 got picked off at first. So they kept them off. Nobody reached third. They only had one base runner, 2 base runners reach second. And Bridges was outstanding in the game, striking out 11, giving up the 3 base hits, hitting 1, walking none. St. Mary's got their run. Nowicki walked. Bridges, the pitcher, drew a walk on a 3-2 pitch. They tried to pick Nowicki off first. Dyer, the pitcher, threw the ball into center field. Nowicki went to third. And it was second and third after the pinch runner, Jennings, running for the pitcher. Bridges stole second base. Dyer struck out 2 in a row. He was on his way to strike out the side, and he did strike out the side, but before he did, he threw the ball to the center field, trying to pick off the runner. That moved Nowicki to third, and just before he struck out the third hitter in the inning to get out of the inning, he threw a wild pitch, and the run scored, made it 1-0, and that turned out to be the winning run. And then in the bottom of the 6th, St. Mary's put icing on the cake. Fisher, a little love tap, pushed it just inside the right field line down to the bullpen area in right field. Turned out to be a triple. After an out, Giardina got a base hit to knock in the run. A walk to Falaska put runners at first and second. And then a fly ball to right field moved the runner to third. A stolen base put runners at second and third. And then a ground ball by Ryan Freer to short was thrown away over the first baseman's head. 2 runners scored to make it 4-0, and that was the final score as St. Mary's wins it by a score of 4-0. So Fisher gets a triple, scores a run. McGonigal drew a walk. Giardina had a base hit for an RBI and scored a run. Falaska had a hit and a walk, scored a run. Ryan Freer reached on the error with 2 runs scoring. Nowicki did a nice job behind the plate, drew a walk, got a double, scored a run. Eric Bridges, the pitcher, drew a big walk that helped get the first run in that turned out to be the winning run. And he got the win on the mound with a shutout, giving up only 3 base hits, striking out 11. And St. Mary's kicks off their season in defense of their state championship. They get the ball rolling with their first win of the season in their first game of the season. They've got a big one coming up against Bishop Fenwick tomorrow, but they'll be happy with this one, and they'll nurture this one they got today as they beat a very good Malden Catholic team by a score of 4-0 with a big 3-run 6th inning. So we hope you enjoyed it. St. Mary's 4, Malden Catholic 0. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.